Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Tuesday, the 28th day of April. Today is National Blueberry Pie Day. I like blueberry pie.
I don't love
I do.
blueberry pie.
It's good stuff. It's also National Brave Hearts Day, National Great Poetry Reading Day. Heidi's going to read a poem here in a moment. National Superhero Day and Workers' Memorial Day. All those. Do you have a poem ready?
Yes.
What is it?
There once was a man from Nantucket.
No, you don't have a poem ready. You never have a poem ready, and that's always what you start with. You are just so unprepared. Hey, it's Tuesday. We're going to be reaching out to your papa. We've got this thing called Tuesdays with Charlie. We do that every Tuesday. Call and talk to her dad. He is a funny dude.
He is.
So
He's the greatest.
not sure what he's up to right now, but we'll chat with him. That's coming up here. Before you know it, on this National Poetry Reading Day. Should we see if he has any poems?
Yes.
No, we probably shouldn't. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A Treasury survey found that the coronavirus has officially put over 22 million Americans out of work.
Oh, that's
just
a
lot of people.
Heartbreaking.
Yes, it is. Now, the good news is I got a feeling that we're going to bounce back when things are done.
Oh, I know we will. Of course
yeah,
we will.
It's just
but
getting
it's
through
just
it.
awful.
So. And again, we try not to dwell on that here. Keeping a lot of folks in our prayers because this is not a fun thing for any of us to go through. But like I said, we try to not dwell on it. I have a couple stories that are going to relate to it throughout the show here. But we do appreciate you listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. How do two men get charged with a DUI at the same time from the same vehicle?
Okay, how?
Only in Florida. Here's what happened. The men, apparently brothers, allegedly got behind the wheel of the same vehicle in front of police. Palm Gardens Beach is where this happened. Police got a call about a reckless driver at 11:30 p.m. Officers arrived. They found 24-year-old Alfredo Lopez Chai behind the wheel. The vehicle was running, a blue Nissan SUV. But by the time the officer got to the vehicle, he was standing outside the vehicle. Then 20-year-old Martin Lopez Chai slid from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. He tried to put the car in reverse in an attempt to flee, but the officer pulled him out. By law, police say a person is considered driving if he or she is in any way control of a running vehicle, even if it's not moving. The report went into detail about how both men smelled of alcohol, showed signs of impairment, and also noted that they had both wet their pants.
Oh, that's lovely.
Or they had wet, their pants.
Super classy.
They're booked into jail early Thursday morning. I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about that. Just bizarre. That apparently is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. I have not been watching, but I know other folks have been. American Idol started on Sunday with their live-to-tape shows.
Okay.
And here's what it is. All 20 finalists and the judges are filming from their own home. Ryan Seacrest anchors the show now from his home, where he just happens to have the American Idol desk from its original airing on Fox TV.
Oh, funny.
Says here, because the live shows are delayed, there's multiple eliminations each week. Producers sent an iPhone camera with lighting kits to every contestant, so they all had the same level playing field.
Sure.
They've been working with them on how and where to shoot their performances at home and how to do their wardrobe and makeup and hair by themselves. The performances will be taped in order to get the show ready for broadcast and to keep the contestants on an equal playing field. So in case somebody's camera fails or whatever, they can redo it.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's really bizarre, but that's the world we're in today. Real Housewife of New York, Bethany Frankel, reportedly threw a fit when producers said the show does not need her. Ooh, yeah, that's not nice.
No, that's not a compliment.
No, it's not a compliment. You are correct. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. With more people staying at home and communicating through digital channels and aiming to maintain at least 6 feet of distance from one another, fresh breath has had a decline in importance. And a new report says mint sales, like gum and mints sales, are down 40%.
Everybody's suffering.
So they're like, you don't really need fresh breath when there's nobody around you.
Can't talk to anybody, yeah.
The upcoming spelling bee has been canceled, the National Spelling Bee. That's too bad.
That is too bad. I'm sure a lot of kids were excited about that.
Gotta say, by the way, my beautiful bride, Heidi, this lady sitting with me here, is an amazing speller.
I really am.
I should have you spell something. Spell spelling bee.
Spelling bee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can spell that.
Okay.
I don't need to do that.
How about stimulus? That's in the next story. Spell stimulus.
STIMULUOUS?
Yeah. ULUS.
STIMULUS. Stimulus.
I just
You did, yeah.
proved you wrong. Never mind.
did.
I didn't mean to.
I was going to say U.S. and I was like, no.
You should have gone with spelling bee. Millions of people have started receiving their emergency stimulus check over the last few weeks, but people are still hurting, still without a paycheck, and they're wondering if and when they're going to get to go back to work. And it's no wonder in a new survey, 84% of Americans said, well, it'd be kind of nice to get a second check if I can at least go back to work. So just a bizarre situation, that whole thing. Here, speaking of bizarre, I'm not saying anyone needs this, but somebody did it. An engineer who is on YouTube goes by Stupat McDoodlepip. I'm not making this up. He built a laser helmet to help other people know how far away to stand from him. So he's got a helmet that looks really fancy. No, it doesn't. With a laser duct tape to it, or I don't know if it's duct tape, that is stuck to the top.
Okay.
And it spins around, and it puts a laser circle around him at the 6-foot distance, all around him.
Okay.
So when he's standing there, you would stay at least that far away. You know what? You don't even
would stay that far away from him
you don't need
without
to
the laser.
turn the laser on, because if you're wearing this contraption, people are going to keep their distance. I don't think anybody's going to get, too close. And this is really sad. It says here, Germany's iconic Oktoberfest has already been canceled for 2020.
October. They're
Yeah.
canceling stuff into October.
COVID-19 outbreak. The traditional celebration is typically held in Munich in mid-September all the way through October. While this year's festivities are still several months away, officials decided to just make an early call because of the dangers of gathering in large groups.
Oh, my gosh.
And their concern was, they're like, who's going to travel here? And if they're going to stick all this money into planning it and then it gets canceled later, they just said, we'll just skip it. Let's just skip it this time. It's going to do it for your Scoop of the Day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com. Heidi.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for this little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie?
It's Tuesday.
It is. What kind of cool stuff we going to learn about today?
It's Tuesday.
Oh, that's a good start.
Hey, an international team of scientists and Google engineers have discovered that the Rubik's Cube puzzle can always be solved in 20 moves or less.
Well, I can prove them wrong.
So can I.
Huh.
If I don't get it in 20 moves, I'm done.
You can also peel the stickers off and just start over.
It takes more moves than 20 to take the stickers off.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, a friend of mine can do that. He goes, "Oh, it's a simple algorithm." I'm like, those two words don't belong together.
No, besides that, they should be thrown away. Hey, then, I don't know what this word means, but a team of Sherpas
Sherpa? Okay, yeah.
cleaned up and removed 11 tons of garbage and 4 dead bodies from Mount Everest, April and May of 2019.
Oh, geez.
Oh, wow. So those are the people, I believe, that help other people climb up and down the mountain. So
There you go.
So they moved a bunch of garbage off there and dead bodies. Yikes.
11 tons of garbage. That's a lot.
That
Well,
is.
I suppose if you're jacking around up there, you don't have any place to take your garbage. You
Yeah,
just
they probably
toss it
don't
and leave it.
have garbage cans up there.
Who put that garbage bag in there?
They should just put a garbage chute that you can put stuff in and it'll just slide to the bottom.
Slide to the bottom of the mountain. That's
like
a good
a
idea.
dumpster down there. Boom.
So, hey, Dan Aykroyd, you know who he was?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this I can relate to. He was born with webbed toes and 2 different colored eyes.
Two
He
different
was?
colored eyes?
I didn't know that. He must wear contacts or something.
I didn't know that either.
I'll
That's
have to pay
interesting.
attention. Does he? What you said you can relate to it. You don't have different colored eyes or webbed toes, do you?
I'd tell you what you are on the air, but I can't do that.
I can relate to this. I am also Polish. No, you're not.
Idiot. Hey, then, study found you are more likely to have nightmares if you sleep on your left side instead of your right.
Oh, really?
I sleep on my left side.
I sleep on my right side.
But I have
I
weird
can't
dreams.
sleep on my left side.
Yeah, Heidi has the weirdest dreams of anyone I've ever met in my life.
Not really nightmares.
And they're usually involving like a B-list celebrity. It's just the weirdest thing ever. It's like, I had a weird dream about Rick James last night. I'm like, wait a minute, what? So,
Put up with her every day. Why wouldn't she have weird dreams?
yeah, I suppose, that could have something to do with it.
Look at who she is. My God. Hey, then, in 2015, a teenager named Bud Whizzer was arrested for trespassing in the secure area of the Budweiser Brewery in St. Louis.
You think maybe his last name was Weiser?
Well, I guess it is, yeah.
Bud Whizzer.
Can't read my staff's writing here. Bud Whizzer went to the old Whizzer Brewery and got
So his real name is Bud Weiser.
Budweiser.
That's kind of cool.
What was he doing?
Goofing around at the
Just
Budweiser
goofing
place.
around. All right.
Yeah, he probably wanted to get caught. I don't know.
Huh. Made the news.
Yeah, let's see, where am I at here? Oh, I got one more thing here for you.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
In 2016, the United Kingdom spent over $96,000 to create a national sperm bank and ended up with 7 donors before shutting down in 2 years later.
Only 7?
So they only had 7 people go in there.
Huh. Well, I don't even have a question for you, Charlie. I feel really bad
You don't
right
have
now.
a question?
No, I wasn't prepared. Tuesday snuck up on me this week.
I feel bad, yes, because I had an answer.
Oh, so what's your answer?
What's my answer?
Yeah.
38.
Yes, correct. That is the correct
job,
answer
Dad.
to the question that we forgot.
Once again, I strike gold.
Yes, this guy's awesome. He's got the answer even when I don't have a question. Well, Charlie, it's always a pleasure. We'll talk again next week.
Well, I'll be here.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
Right now, even a little vacation would be nice.
But this one is going to be great.
This October, we're going to Cancun for a fun event called The Sands.
Hear awesome music from Billy Idol, Belinda Carlisle, Cheap Trick, and so many more.
This happens at the end of October, and when everything blows over, we're going to need a vacation. I hope you will join us.
We've been to this same event for the last 3 years, and it's so much fun. I wouldn't miss it.
Get all the information and get your spot reserved to join us at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Ants. You know, like the little ants that walk
Yes.
around on the ground and stuff? They have built-in Fitbits. Well, it's not the Fitbit
yeah,
brand, but here's what it is. It says, while previous research found that ants use visual cues, a 2007 study discovered these little desert ants have an internal pedometer that helps them keep track of their travels and find their way back home. So they have like GPS built in as well.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Now I kind of feel jealous of those little ants. I've never have any idea how many steps
I like
I've
ants.
taken.
I like to watch ants.
I don't have a
so
Fitbit,
interesting.
but I bet I could guess within 100 feet how many, or 100 steps, how many steps I took in a day. It's lately,
Probably less than 100.
Lately, it hasn't been many. It's like, okay, get up. No, here we are. Hey, we're at work already. So this has been today's fun fact.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline, Japan. A Japanese man found out the hard way the no fury like a woman scorned, whatever that is.
Yes.
When a woman found out her longtime boyfriend was cheating on her, she took all of his beloved Apple gadgets, his phone,
Right.
all that stuff, and threw them in a bathtub full of water. Then,
I don't blame her.
Drive the knife home, she took a photo of what she had done and then sent them to him. I wonder what he got the photo on if all of his gadgets were in the bathtub. But either way, point taken.
Good for her.
He had that coming. Don't do that. That's not nice. Thanks for listening to today's fun fact. No, that wasn't a fun fact. That was a news headline from somewhere in this world.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Weird story here. 70-year-old man in New Jersey was arrested twice in less than 3 hours for violating the state's emergency orders. So here's what happened. 2 different stores, by the way. He went in without a mask, and then he threatened to hit people with a pipe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
The
Stephen
mask part,
Braza.
I'm fine with that, but the
Stephen
pipe,
Braza became belligerent when he walked into a Wawa in Toms River, New Jersey at about 11 a.m. He was told, hey, you need to have a face mask on in order to come in here. And he started screaming and cursing at employees before threatening to hit another customer with a pipe. Police came and took him into custody. After they arrested him, then, booked him, they released him. And then he went to a different Wawa at 1:30. So the first was at 11 a.m., 1:30 p.m. Went in again without a mask. This time he punched a customer in the face, went to his car to get the pipe, which he began waving around. He was charged with violating emergency orders, disorderly conduct, and failure to submit fingerprints. He's 70 years old.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. Bizarre story. Like I said, this is today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. A half-naked woman in Southern California lost it and destroyed at least 100 plates at a Denny's restaurant. Wow. A topless woman was grabbing plates late Thursday morning and smashing them to the ground. Police showed up while she was still in the middle of her plate-tossing riot. They eventually controlled the situation and detained the woman. Police later said they had gotten a call about a woman at a bus stop taking her clothes off and arguing with people before making her way into the Denny's. Police believe she was under the influence of
You think so?
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to be something
Most
going on
likely.
Yeah, that could have been our weird news today, but it wasn't. It could have been our brain on drugs today, but it wasn't. It was today's moment of duh.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida, or is it hashtag fake news made up to trick you and amuse me?
All right, I'm ready.
Here we go. Fake news or Florida. Police in Miami were forced to arrest a 911 operator who refused to take calls because, quote, she was fighting with her man, end quote.
Oh, gosh.
Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say Florida.
Oh, no, this one's fake news. Yes, I love it when I trick you. It's so hard for me to trick you, though. Have you noticed? Usually you get it right. If we would have talked about this ahead of time and then you got it wrong, I'd feel bad because, like I jinxed you on the whole spelling bee thing earlier. Heidi's such a good speller. Spell something, Heidi. I don't know. Z? Okay, it wasn't quite that bad. Thanks for listening to Fake News or Florida. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of hashtag gift card challenge. You can also find all of the information about that at the website giftcardchallenge.org. Here's the good news for today. Here's the headline. It says, grocery store catches man stealing and sends him home with a bag full of groceries. So it's a kind of a cool story. Local grocery store.
Empathy, which is awesome.
They caught somebody stealing, and it says a Twitter user said that he witnessed what happened. A man was stealing some groceries. Instead of calling the police, the owner said, you know what, if you're hungry, I'll give you some food.
Right.
He said, I just witnessed a man stealing at our local grocery, watched the owner confront him, and then pulled some fruits and veggies out of his pack. And he heard the owner said, tell you what, we'll feed you. 5 minutes later, he saw the man walking through the parking lot with a bag full of groceries.
That's wonderful.
And that really is
That
awesome.
is wonderful.
And says the grocery store then tweeted, thank you for all the positive comments. We were simply helping someone in need. Many are very fortunate not to worry about their next meal. Witnessing our community's food insecurity firsthand is heartbreaking. We believe it is of great importance to help those in need. So
that's wonderful.
And then a person said, thank you for your kindness. What a beautiful thing you did, and what amazing influence you'll have on people reading this. I sincerely thank you for all of your staff for putting yourself at risk. It is showing such grace. And there's more comments on here as well. It's really, really nice. I've got a link to it in the show notes if you're interested. You can find that at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great Tuesday. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.